In the New York City Man Cave, Dan and the Danettes, Harold Reynolds, on loan from the Major League Baseball Network, and he had been saying that he was going to give his gold glove to us for the Man Cave.
Yes.
And you brought the glove in.
Well, it's been a while. I didn't get a chance to get up here, but here it is, Dan.
But there's they have like a sketch of you, your face in the front of this. Did you have a Jerry curl back then?
Oh, yeah, man. I had my curl all the way down to my shoulder.
Did you have the activator? I mean, did you have yeah.
That's why you could throw the ball and be sliding all over the place. But the picture, it looks like Coming to America. You remember the character on there was like, sexy tucket, y'all.
Randy Watson.
Yes.
I think you look like Lee Smith.
It does look a little like, hey, everybody had the curl. They all looked alike, right? That was the look.
Who else had it on the Mariners?
Back then, there was Rod Allen was on the team. Ricky Nelson, Orlando Mercado. His is naturally curly, but he used the activator. He used to steal mine all the time.
Did you have
big guys?
Was it Alvin?
Dave Henderson?
Alvin Davis?
Yeah, but AD never went the curl route.
No.
He stayed Sidney Poitier on me.
Is the curl coming back? It's all cyclical. What we wear in high school, it can come back 25 years later, and it's in. Jerry curl coming back.
I don't know. Guys are into the wave more than the Jerry curl, so I don't think so.
All right, that's all I wanted to talk to you about. So thanks for stopping by.
Good talking to you.
All right, let's dive in here. Start out west, we'll work our way east.
All right.
Don Mattingly safe?
Man, that's a tough one. I love him to death. He's in danger, no doubt. I think getting Greinke back is going to help. They have to get hot. If they don't win the next week and a half, I don't think he's around. But if they continue to get hot, I think Greinke getting back, Kershaw. So he's got those guys matched up. It allows that bullpen a little bit better. Matt Kemp finally hitting a home run. They need to get Hanley Ramirez back. I think that's a big key to their offense. But they're way underachieving right now.
But here's my question. If you bring in Mattingly, you'll keep him because he's so good you can ride out this time here. What they're saying to me is if it happens, he's not a good manager, to be able to hold his job in a bad season.
Well, I look
Why
at
get
it
rid
this
of
way.
him then?
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
I think he's the right guy for that team. And my thought has been, who are they going to bring in if they did? But the problem that Donnie's facing right now is that, one, they have the huge payroll. But if you look at who bought the team, you got Magic Johnson talking about starting pitching. Hold it. I'm out now. If you want to talk to me about the Lakers, okay.
Yeah.
But, so you're worrying about, you got that going on, and then you got an ownership that's never been around baseball, so they don't have that 162-game perspective. They've got that NFL 16 games, and, oh, no, the season's over. Well, no, it's not over yet. They still got a chance. They're 6 back, 7 back, and you got 1 month of baseball gone by.
Which team's in more trouble, the Angels or the Dodgers?
I would have said the Angels until the last trip to Houston. They started to play a lot better.
Well, it's Houston, Harold. Come on.
Yeah,
Everybody
know,
gets better against the Astros.
But they've played better. They've gotten better. But I still say the Angels. I don't think they have the pitching to get back in it. I think they got major problems there.
Explain to me what is happening with Josh Hamilton.
Hard to explain. I know everybody's into the swing rate and, he's swinging out of the zone, all these statistical things. To me, he just has not been comfortable. I think he's been pressing. I look at signs from the last week and a half, though. He's starting to come around. Josh is one of these guys that I don't care if he's hot, he's hotter than a pistol. If he's cold as can be. And he's always been that way. He's still going to end up with his 30 home runs. He's going to have his 100 RBIs. And I know the naysayers say no way. He's going to have a streak here where we go, oh, man, that's Josh Hamilton, where he had 6 home runs in 2 weeks. It's going to happen.
What contract is going to be worse, Josh Hamilton or Albert Pujols?
Well, I think by the end of the day, 10 years on Albert is a long time, and he's hobbling around right now. So I would say that's going to be the worst of the two.
How smart were the Cardinals?
Well, I love Albert, and I still think that contract's going to be okay.
No. You have to win a World Series. That's the only way you can validate that.
That's it. I totally agree.
Are they ready to win World Series.
No, they're not.
Okay.
The Angels are not.
And
even
the Cardinals
close.
still are.
Cardinals
again.
are relevant. And how smart are they is your question. I'll have to be honest with you. I think they're one of the best in baseball.
Yeah.
John Mozeliak is awesome. They have a tremendous farm system. They make the right moves. Even with Wainwright, the contract they did there with him, all the things they do, they seem to be right. They were ahead of the curve when they signed Yadi Molina, and everybody's like, what are they giving him all that money for? Well, he's projecting out to fit that pretty good. But also with Albert, they gave Albert 10 years before anybody else was doing that. And that was pretty good.
I was going to say, what's the worst deal, Pujols or Rodriguez? Alex.
Wow.
Is he going to play again?
I said no all winter. I've talked with him.
But he doesn't want to play, I don't think.
You know, it's funny. He's in Tampa right now, and I spoke with with Alex, and he's working out. He's getting ready. He wants to come back. I think this is the situation
Do
for
the
him.
Yankees want him back?
I don't know. That's the interesting one. I still am not convinced that he's going to play, and I'm not convinced they want him to come back because we're talking about a contract that if he doesn't play can be voided by the insurance, and it has to be 1 year that he hasn't played. So if he comes back and plays a little bit, that starts the clock. But based on his performance last year, the last couple of years, do you really sit there and say, hey, we're in the pennant race, let's go get Alex right now? That's the question. If he's Alex Rodriguez of old, absolutely. But if he's what you've seen the last year or two, I can't see them saying that's what they want back.
Pick between Matt Harvey and Steven Strasburg.
Well, I think Harvey's with the delivery is a lot cleaner. And he's burst on the scene, and
But
everybody's
Harold,
all over him. I still
everybody
think
saw
Strasburg's the
Strasburg.
guy.
Okay, why is it that when Pryor was pitching for the Cubs, he's coming out of college, that form, his motion, it's awesome. And then we realized it wasn't a great motion.
Right.
Strasburg, people talked about how he was, the way he would release the ball could be an issue here. Now with Matt Harvey, is Matt Harvey going to have problems here when we start to analyze that delivery a little bit more?
I think the difference with Matt Harvey, with Pryor, all those guys, he didn't get rushed to the big leagues. This guy's 24.
Yeah.
So he's got a track record. He's pitched in the minor leagues. They took time building up innings with him. So you've been able to see his development. I think he's a lot more sound than the other guys we've mentioned.
What is a player's manager, and what is I guess owner's manager? I don't know how to phrase. It's always the players type manager, Terry Francona, that he'll give you the liberties, but then if they end up taking advantage of him.
Well, the player's manager, he ends up being the guy that a lot of people take advantage of. He's the guy that sits there and says, I got 2 rules. Show up on time, play hard. The old school, something you'd see in the movies. But he's also the guy that he's honest with you. Dan, you're going to start the next 7 days. We're going to give you a look. We're going to see what you can do.
Yeah.
The guy who sits there and says, you're my guy, and then he turns around and you pinch hit for in the 4th inning of the game is not the player's manager. That's management going, hold it. We're losing. This kid's not going to get the time you thought he was going to have. And now all of a sudden, that's the difference between the two, I think.
Mike Trout, Bryce Harper.
Trout's off the charts. They're both off. That's a really difficult question because they're different type of players for me.
Who do you want on your team?
I know them both. I like them both. They're so alike in that they've got that fire, that I'm going to spit in your face, get out of my face attitude. I love that. You got to have that player. Bryce is going to run into a wall. The next day he's coming back saying, I want to play. And Trout's the guy. He doesn't get the same fanfare, so to speak, but Trout's the same way.
Wait, who are you picking?
I can't. I'm struggling.
You're
here.
building a team.
Ooh. I would have to say if I'm building a club, I may have to go Bryce Harper. I just think I don't know. I'm going Bryce Harper. I really am.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll continue with Harold Reynolds, who brought gifts. He brought his gold glove. So that's just a Rawlings glove that they painted gold.
It is. It's a real glove.
Could I take it off and use it in a softball league?
I hope you don't.
Okay, well, I'm not. Not right now. It'd be pretty cool if you go out there.
You could.
Plus, you can't make an error if you bring the gold glove out there.
Kids were throwing the ball around there. They wanted to throw this to a dog. I'm like, hey, put that back. I got to take that to Dan Patrick.
He's Harold Reynolds. I got to get a plug in here, right? You can watch
Yes.
Brian Kinney and Harold co-host Major League Baseball Now, weekdays 4 o'clock, plus MLB Network's showcase game tonight, Yankees at Baltimore. Bob Costas, John Smoltz with the call.
Yes, good game.
All right.
MLB Now, 4 o'clock Eastern.